It has been quite a long time coming for Twins pitcher Connor Prielipp, from potential first overall draft pick to multiple significant arm injuries. His path to the majors has been all but linear, but at long last, he made it. And his first couple of starts with the Twins, I think, have been really encouraging. He's thrown 9 innings and allowed 4 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks while striking out 11 batters, and he's done so against two pretty good teams. The Mets and the Mariners both have very talented lineups, and Prielipp more than held his own in both starts. While the 4 earned runs wouldn't necessarily lead you to believe he's been super sharp, I would argue that doesn't reflect how well he's pitched. He's allowing less than a base runner per inning on average, and while it's probably not worth investing too much into his expected ERA and FIP after just 9 innings, they are both far lower than his actual ERA, and his stuff has been absolutely disgusting. His breaking balls in particular have been especially stinky, and he's leaned extremely heavily on his slider. He's throwing it 47% of the time through 2 starts, which you usually don't see from a starting pitcher. But Prielipp's slider is not your average slider. In addition, we've seen a bit of that new curveball that he added over the winter, and my gosh, he's only throwing it 7% of the time. I think that number is going to need to come up because it has a 66.7% whiff rate, and it's generating nearly 3,300 RPMs of spin, which is comfortably in the elite category. I think a big reason why he's allowed just the 5 hits so far is that he's getting ahead of hitters. A 72% first pitch strike rate is absolutely fantastic, and it makes things a lot easier as a pitcher, especially a younger pitcher, to keep hitters off balance and guessing. And that's allowed his breaking balls, I think, to be so effective out of the zone because he really hasn't been pounding strikes over the plate. But when you're ahead in so many counts, hitters are naturally going to be more aggressive. There are some things that Prielipp will need to get cleaned up, though. When hitters are putting the ball in play, they're hitting it very hard, and they're hitting it very hard in the air. Eventually, that's going to lead to some bad things. It hasn't yet, but unless you're getting a ton of infield pop-ups, a 27% ground ball rate, which is where Prielipp's at, usually is not a recipe for success. And additionally, maybe I'm the only one who feels this way. I talked a lot about his breaking balls, and as filthy as they are, I'd like to see him work in his other pitches a little more. The only reason for that is health related. For a guy with Prielipp's history of arm injuries, throwing your slider and curveball over 50% of the time can be very taxing on an elbow, but if he stays healthy, then I don't care. That's really all that matters. But there is a lot to be pleased about from Connor Prielipp's first couple of big league starts, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when Mick Abel returns from the IL, because as of right now, I would say Connor Prielipp deserves a spot in the Twins rotation from what we have seen thus far. But that is what I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Twins content every single day. But until next time, I'm Sam Calder, and I'm out.